I can tell you Ukon is something that I totally ignored for the first 90 days, and these days I'm all over it simply because there's so many advantages. It's such a great product. I got a USB, a flash card that's got like so much information about this Ukon that it would blow your mind away. This is an actual herbal-ceutical. That's actual category. So instead of like a pharmaceutical grade prescription drug, this is a pharmaceutical herb. They actually have a patent on the encapsulation. In my opinion, this is the best turmeric on the planet. You know, they actually grow it. They irrigate the land with alkalized water. I mean, and it's phenomenal. But from a business perspective, it gives you a lot of advantages. So what I wanted to share is, here's what I want you guys start to do more of. For those of you that are bringing in someone, and it doesn't matter what they buy, whether they're junior, an SD 501, you want to discuss the possibility of upgrading and getting an Ukon position right away. So we've always promoted doing it as a 4A. And I'm not going to go into that. If this is flying over your head and you're brand new, don't even worry about it. But for those of you that know what I'm talking about, you're going to, as soon as somebody gets funded or they get an actual a machine, you want to talk about getting that Ukon position right away. There's so many reasons why you want to do it. First of all, it makes total financial sense to do it. Let me explain. If you're going to spend $4,300 or so, $4,300 on SD 501, we're talking about an extra, it's $660 plus tax. So let's just call it $700, right? Just shy of $700. So now we're up to about, let's just call it $5,000. I really do think that 20-30% of the people who buy an SD 501, again, in most cases qualify to buy an Ukon position, which is going to be about an extra $600 or so. Why is that the case? Well, when you get a second position, you can immediately put that under your primary position, right? Now, right off the bat, you're going to get $40. So instead of it costing you $660, you're going to get a $40 commission. That's not a big deal, right? However, here's what's a big deal. Your next sale, if you put your first person in under the Ukon position, again, for those of you guys who don't know, that this is an independent ID. You got two positions. One is on top of the other. Well, your Ukon is going to earn 1 point, and your machine is going to override a point. It's above your Ukon. So instead of getting 1 point, which is 285, you get 570 right off the bat. Same amount of work, double the money. On your second sale, you're going to get 570. Why? Because this is going to be your second 1A leg. Because again, you're going to earn 285 on your Ukon, and you're going to earn an override bonus on the machine that sponsored the Ukon. So you sponsored yourself. Now you get an extra 285. Now you make 570 again. On your third sale, here's where it gets interesting. Your Ukon is going to advance in rank from 1A to 2A, which means that when you put your next person under your Ukon, you get 2 points on the Ukon, 1 point that you override on the machine, which means you make $855. So for the same amount of work, you put 3 people in, but now you've made an additional $855 because you've made $285. You made an additional point. So you're getting $285, $285, $570 if you just own a position as with a machine, right? Or if you just own the Ukon by itself. But if you get another position right away and you put it under, now you're going to make $570, $570, $855, and now with $855, you've just earned $855, which not only covered the purchase of your Ukon, now you've made a profit, okay? And now, here's the most powerful, there's so many powerful things about it. Now, these 3 people, right, your first 2 are quoted to you for 2 points. So when they make a sale, so let's just say you bring in John, if you do this strategy, your very first sale, you make 570. If John makes a sale, John gets 285. Well, guess what? Because you're overriding 2 points, you get 570, not 285. So basically, you start off as a 2A. That's the way I look at it. You're starting off as a 2A. Now, why is that powerful? Well, not only do you make more money, but now you got to think about it of an amplification effect. It has. Now, with less people, you get the 6A. Because if everyone does it, which not everybody's going to do, but theoretically, if you get 50 people to do that, that's 50 positions times 2. You hit 6A with half the amount of people, and you did it in half the time with the same amount of people. And I hope that makes sense. I know I'm kind of explaining this fast, and I know some of you are not going to get it, but you will eventually, because it took me months to understand this. And I did not pay attention when somebody told me to pay attention, and had I done it, I stopped counting after 10,000. I would have had easily another $10,000 in my pocket had I done this, but I chose to ignore it, and I just didn't pay attention. Don't do what I did, right? It's going to cost you if you don't do it. So again, not everybody's going to do it, but if you don't share this with them, you're cutting yourself off and their self off, because you want your guys to make money, right? You want your team to make money, and that's going to keep them producing. So there's so much advantages using the Ukon. I really encourage you to get it and it's just an awesome product, if you really study. I think Matt did a great video on it called Why Ukon, WHYUKON.com, whyukon.com. Start talking to some of your prospects, because I can tell you that a lot of people are getting to 6A in 3, 4, 5, 6 months faster than I did it. Why? Because when you can get somebody to buy 2 positions and they can get their people to get 2 positions, you make more money with the same amount of work, and you get to 6A faster. And once you get to 6A, everything changes. And as you help get people to 6A, eventually you'll start growing in rank, and one day you'll get to that guaranteed residual income that we're all after. So that's what I wanted to share about the Ukon. I know they're going to make a big announcement, and you want to have as many people on your team, because I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to build more money into the pay plan. I have no idea what they're going to do, but his company's going in that direction, because it is a great product, and it is a consumable product, so it's real residual, and you don't have to necessarily stay on it. You can actually get on it for a year, and if you choose to not order it after a year, that position becomes permanent, meaning that you still continue to earn off of it. Now, they will cut off Ukon sales from it, so if you stop ordering it, then you don't get paid on it. And all companies do this. Otherwise, they have to mandate that people buy it to get paid on it. Otherwise, most people wouldn't buy it, right? Everybody wants to get paid on it. In order to create the volume, there's got to be an exchange of dollars. People have to buy it. So they create that policy where you have to be on it if you want to get paid on it. That's the only way they're going to stay profitable, right? They have to make people stay on it. It's a great product that you can incorporate into your business, and I think it's just going to make everybody get to 6A faster. So anyway, that's all I got, guys. Thank you for your time, and have a wonderful good night.